Alright, here's another video at me trying to teach guitar. In the previous video I gave some real basics, then I started talking about what I call chugging and alternate picking and all that good stuff, which is basically just doing like kind of breakdown stuff. So, real basics. I'm teaching kind of metal guitar just because people have asked me to. If you're just tuning into this video, you might want to watch the first one to figure out what the fuck I'm doing. So I'm just going to go into kind of some more techniques as far as different things that you can do in metal. Palm muting, we talked about palm muting, where you just rest your palm against the bridge lightly, and you're just... Palm muting is used so much in metal music, just because it adds this really nice low sound. It's just like in your fucking face, just kind of sound. It's perfect for metal. Palm muting is used so much that you can actually do an entire song in palm muting if you want to. It probably sound like shit, but you can do it. So we're going to practice some palm mutes right now. We're going to have to just do the little... how to do the alternate picking. So then we're going to kind of incorporate this and we're going to do a mixture. We're going to do like... See how it's starting to sound like a metal song already? Because some metal songs are really easy parts like that. Not all of them, but some of them are really easy. So if you're starting out in metal and you don't know how to play metal at all, here's an awesome way to get an awesome sound really easy. All you're doing is you're playing a couple of frets. Of course, most people say the lower you get on the neck, or I guess higher if you're going up, but technically lower, the better, because it's going to be a lower note. So what we're doing is we're still palm muting, but all we're doing is we're playing different frets. Since we're in a lower tuning, you're not going to be playing your frets, you know how you usually play like that in standard tuning. Well, this one we're just doing bar chords here, or whatever you want to call them, power chords. I don't remember what they're called exactly. Like I said, I taught myself guitar, I'm sorry. So you're just doing, all you're doing is you're still pressing down 2 or 3 strings, but you're just doing it with one finger. This actually helps you to do faster parts. You can sit there going... You know, I mean, you can technically still do the same, I guess, if you're... But for me, I've never been super good at that. So there's just an option for you. So what you're doing is you're palm muting and... You know, experiment with it. You can go... One very important thing to remember about a lot of metal songs is so much about patterns. You can have almost an entire song being that part right there. Maybe not a whole song, but at least a breakdown where you're sitting, you got the guy going... Something like that. Another thing you can do is, I still don't know the name for it, but like really, really fast single string picking. You can throw that in the mix. Really, really fast single string picking, whatever the fuck it's actually called. I guess you technically call it tremolo picking. It's just when you're doing... Remember that alternate picking we talked about? Very important for this technique. So you're just doing... But you're doing it on one string, which actually is not very hard. So then you go down to the next fret. Tremolo picking, very big in metal. And then once again, you add that stuff into what you've already learned. So you got the... there's not a whole lot I know how to teach as far as metal, so I'm just giving you some kind of guides to go by. Like I said, a lot of it has to do with patterns. Another cool pattern that I do is going opposite down up. I have no idea what the fuck to call it again, but basically what that means I'm doing is that I'm going a higher fret on a higher string, a lower fret on a lower string. Technically they're higher notes, but I'm just saying as far as my finger positioning, you know, like, so it'll just be something like this. So what I'm technically doing is that I'm a fret higher on my middle finger than I am on my pointer finger. So, you know, if you can see that, you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So, and then it just kind of creates once again, another metal sound. So and you can just do it on, it doesn't have to be on that top fret, you can do it wherever. You know, that's also cool for just doing, you add in some palm use there, so you got. Hold on a second, I'm trying to get my rhythm right. Sound like a metal song. Certain metal songs are actually not too hard to play. There was this one metal guitarist, I wish I could remember who it was, but he actually said something that was really awesome. He basically said, play something original, play it slow, you know, so you got like... Play something slow and then practice it till you can do it fast. He says basically if you can play something slow and then you can later on play it fast, you can more than likely work it into a metal song. Which is true. I mean, you might just be sitting there going... I've heard a lot of bands, they start out that way. A lot of their songs are these slow songs just because, you know, it's easier for us to play slow when we first start out. But that same little riff, I don't remember how I did it now. I know that's different, but I'm just saying, if you do that, but then if you start playing fast, everything will sound faster too if you add in some palm mutes on your top string. So it's just... I don't know, I'm starting to fuck up a little bit just because I'm not super in the mood right now. Just kind of giving you some ideas, some tips as far as metal guitar goes. I don't know how long this video is running, so I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I'll go ahead and make one more video and attempt to teach something, but I'm not that good at teaching guitar. So you asked for it, this is what you get. Don't cry about it if you don't like it.